Hello, so today we are going to be going over my film timeline. So for my first point in my timeline, I picked the 1878, the first motion picture that is captured on August 15th, 1878. The first motion picture was captured of a horse running. As simple as that sounds, it was an astonishing accomplishment for the moment. I'm going to say that says Edward Muybridge captured this moment on 12 different cameras with electromagnetic shutters that were able to go off as the horse ran past them. The moment is seen as the first moment of film and where it all started. I took a few film classes in high school. I did take animation and audiovisual design. So I do have pretty good context on how all of this worked, especially with this one in animation, because it's a major plot point in seeing how the horses moved, how their legs were formed, and it really helped animators in showing how many sides you need for each film. For my next slide, we have 1888 Kodak camera is introduced. Inventor George Eastman introduced the Kodak camera, which is still used today and is a very reliable camera company that continues to thrive. A year later, he created the standard transparent film base, which is the part that holds the film so that it is able to dispense in and out of the camera smoothly, of the film camera. So it's what basically runs the whole thing of a film camera, makes movies possible at the time. Of course, most movies aren't filmed on film, but a lot of them are. And for example, Euphoria was filmed on a discontinued film from Kodak that they somehow talked them into bringing it back so that they were able to film Euphoria. That's what gives it that different type of feel to it and different, I guess, type of filter on it. So yeah. In 1889, the kinetoscope. Thomas Edison, W.K. Dixon developed the kinetoscope, a device in which film is moved past a light, which is the first motion picture camera. The kinetoscope gets its name from the telescope that allows the person to be able to see further beyond the camera through a peephole. It's not really depicted the peephole on this picture right here, but it's sort of right here at the top. That's where whoever was filming was looking through so that they were able to get everything lined up in the lens. In it is a strip of film that was passed rapidly between a lens and an electric light bulb while the viewer peered through a peephole, this is the film right here. And it's going back and forth and it's capturing every second that is being filmed. So in 1922, we have the first 3D movie. The first 3D movie was released to the public called The Power of Love, directed by Nat G. DeVrinch, which is also the beginning of 3D glasses that are known worldwide alongside those other two firsts. It is also the first silent drama to appear on the big screen. This is when actors are starting to find more range in film, such as drama, being able to tell a story without saying any words and only in motions. And 3D is really something that was able to move it along and being able to be more dramatic because the pictures are popping out at you. It is also the first time that we see the red and blue lenses, because you can't tell in this picture, but one lens is blue, one lens is red. And that's what gives it that 3D effect that you're able to see. And that's something that is still known today in most cases. But now it's more just a black lens that we're able to see through, which shows how much we have developed in basically science on how we're able to get these pictures to jump off of the screen at us. Now, in 1927 is the first time we have sound in film. The first film that has sound in it. Produced by Warner Brothers and directed by Alan Crosland, the movie The Jazz Singer is the first movie to have spoken word in it. I'm sorry, that's supposed to say it. It was also the first musical to be on film, which is very fitting because of how important sound is to these musicals. You obviously need sound for a musical. You need to hear the music. This is also like a very racist movie. I wouldn't recommend watching it, but that doesn't mean that it's not historic just because it has bad background to it. So yeah, The Jazz Singer is the first movie that has sound in it. Moving on to 1928, the first cartoon with sound. Now, we did have animation before Mickey Mouse, obviously. We had a lot of different things. The cat, I don't remember his name. Oh, no, not the cat, Oswald. He was like a rabbit type of thing that Walt Disney created before Mickey Mouse, and he was one of the first cartoons. We didn't have Snow White quite yet, but it is one of the first films that is animated, has color, and has sound in it. But for this one, we have Steamboat Willie, which is a very iconic character for Disney. He's at the beginning of almost every Disney movie, doing that little whistle that is very iconic that a lot of people do know. It is the first cartoon with sound that is released from Disney titled Steamboat Willie. Alongside being the first cartoon with sound in it, it's also the first time that Mickey Mouse is introduced to the world. Now, everybody knows and loves Mickey Mouse, so this is a very important step in history. This is what made Disney stand out so much more than the rest of the competition because of what they were able to accomplish. This is the first cartoon with sound. It is so important. Having those sound effects like Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry would not be as amazing as it is without all the sounds, like onomatopoeias and stuff like that. We need those so that we're able to depict what is going on. Now, the first movie with color is in 1938, and it is The Wizard of Oz. Now, it was made in Technicolor, and Technicolor is it's not exactly like in color, but it is what the colors might be. It's not exactly the same exact shade of silver that the Tin Man was. Technicolor was really big in cartoons. The first cartoon movie to have Technicolor in it is Cinderella. The first movie with color is released in Technicolor called The Wizard of Oz, which is an amazing movie that is known for the amazing cinematography and the production that went into completing the movie. The Wizard of Oz was filmed on 3 strips of film, which allowed it to have its color. Now, before the 3 strips, film was filmed on just 1 strip, so having those 3 strips allowed it to have sound, color, and the movement on the screen. Now, for our last one, we have our 1976 VHS tapes. The first VHS was released and took the world by storm, allowing modern families to be able to watch a movie at home as many times as they wanted on their VCRs. The first movie that was released on VHS is a Korean drama titled The Young Teacher. Now, I'm not exactly sure what The Young Teacher is about. I've never heard of it before I started researching for this assignment. But it was amazing that it was a Korean drama. I found that very interesting because you would just assume that it was done in America because 99% of the rest of the stuff was in America. So it's amazing how it was a Korean drama. The VHS has shaped what we have today, basically. From VHS, we got DVDs, and then DVDs, we got streaming platforms, and we wouldn't have Netflix without all this. So yeah, it's just all of this was so important to what we have modern day. Basically, every household has a TV, and we wouldn't have TVs if it wasn't for all this film. And entertainment is just so important in modern day life that it is seen negatively, but it's so important. Nobody would be able to know what's going on in the world without our entertainment and our TVs and our phones. So yeah, that is my timeline on film. So thank you.